Hi, would you like to be able to train for optimal performance whilst reducing your risk of injury? Or would you just like to train, maybe not for optimal performance, but definitely reducing your risk for injury? Well, who wouldn't? It's just one of those questions that it doesn't require a no answer at all. Everybody's going to say yes. So I'm going to show you just a little bit of background about intrinsic biomechanics. I'm a biomechanics coach, and I'm going to show you just how powerful these exercises can be to help you in your cycling, because that's pretty much what we're trying to do here, is to keep you on your bike. So if you sit at your desk all day, if you spend many hours on your bike, you've maybe got a big tour coming up and you're going to be 4 or 5 hours on your bike every day in one position, flexed over your handlebars. Or do you just sit a lot in your everyday life and you don't move around very much? So I'm going to start by just screening Colin's hips and his shoulders. So if you could just place your hands, rest them on top of your hips, on top of your hip bones. Super. So I'm just going to go in first of all here, and you can see there's a gap of about 2 fingers or 2 centimetres between my hand and Colin's shoulder. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and that's about 1 finger on that side. So I'm just going to come round. So now I'm going to just do a quick screen of the hips, hands by your side. You can bring this leg up, rest it across, and put your hand on top of your hip bone. Okay, I'm just going to apply pressure here just to keep the hips nice and level. And if you could put your hand up for me and show me your hand size. Spread it out wide. Okay, so that's a pretty similar size. So I'm just going to screen this side. You might not be able to see this, but from the floor there up to Colin's knee, there's a gap of about 3 centimetres. So I'm just going to come around and do the other side. So if you could swap your legs over. Swap your legs over. And hand on top of your hip. This side. Okay, just keeping those level. And just going in this side. In fact, I'll just come around. Okay, so that's about 3 centimetres or so. And put your hip back. So our biomechanical function in our hips and our shoulders is linked. So if you've got any kind of dysfunction in your shoulders, that can affect how you can biomechanically move your hips. So I'm just going to show you how to do a release of the shoulders and how that's going to affect the hips. So if you could just bring your hand across, and I want your shoulder as far back. There you go. So what you're going to do here, and this is covered on the shoulders video, I'm just going to show you a quick release. I'm going to fast forward over this. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you're just going to apply 20% of pressure in an upwards direction with your shoulder into your hand. And you're going to hold that for 20 seconds. So by releasing the shoulder, we're going to see if that has any impact on the biomechanical function of Colin's hips. That's 4 releases on either side, so 20% pressure, 20 seconds times 4. So we're now going to rescreen Colin's hips to see if there's any improvement after just 1 round of those exercises. Okay, I'd say that's about 1.5 centimetres on that side. Just going to swap your legs round, thank you. Okay, well that's a massive improvement. You can see there, I'm applying the same amount of pressure and my hand is very, very clearly being able to touch Colin's knee. So a massive improvement. So you can see there, we've done nothing to his hips at all, just released his shoulders, and we've seen how there's now more biomechanical function in the hips. So why is that important as a cyclist? Well, Clearly you want to be in the best position on your bike for aerodynamics maybe, or just for comfort, and having the best possible biomechanical function you can have for your whole body, but predominantly your hips and your shoulders, is really important. So these exercises are just a great little tool to have in your armoury to do before and after you exercise, and on a day-to-day basis. I do these exercises every morning and every evening, and if I'm doing a really long a tour, maybe a week's tour, I will do these exercises pretty much every time I stop, just to keep getting as much movement as possible and biomechanical function into my hips and my shoulders. And what's the most important thing of that? Well, clearly comfort on the bike is really important, but having the maximum biomechanical function you can will increase your body's ability to generate more power through the pedals, which is going to translate as speed on the road. And what's not to love about that? Anyway, if you want to see more about some of the exercises that are available that are really, really great for us as cyclists, head on over to the Biomechanics playlist and just search through all of those little vids there that are going to help you out. Thanks for watching.